I have just the thing for you.
You're giving me a sword?
Even better, you can make your own.
Something weird is going on.
Is this what we were expecting?
I want to steal that and that.
Just leave it.
There might be even more going on here than we thought.
I don't think you realize what you've done!
Everyone's running away, except for you.
Our gang sticks together, that's what we do!
It's in your hands now! Go!
In fact, fellows, this new game is being made by a third party. That's right, and the third party in this case is Telltale Games, publishers of The Walking Dead and the Game of Thrones game.
Most certainly. Now, apparently, Mojang will still have little looks in and still be sort of hanging around there, but it's going to be developed and done by Telltale Games.
Yes.
As you said, publishers of The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, etc. Now, this is quite a well-known company and done some jolly good games, but they do tend to be rather very violent.
Well, they do. Now, of course, the question is, what we all know about Telltale Games, or we should do, is most of their games follow an episode-based format. Now, can we say the same for this game, old chap?
Well, this is most interesting, you see, because apparently, yes, this Minecraft game that's being developed is going to follow an episode-based format, something we've never seen in Minecraft before.
Really?
Certainly for the main Minecraft, yes, episode-based format, with episodes being released at various stages, a bit like The Walking Dead, I presume.
Well, that's right. Now, actually, you said there, Bertie, we've never seen anything like episodes before in Minecraft, but actually, technically speaking, I think we have, old chap.
Really?
Well, yes, of course, because up until now, the community is used to receiving regular snapshots and updates of the game, a bit like episodes in a kind of strange way. So maybe it's not that far away and detached from what we already know, old boy.
Well,
it's quite similar in some way.
Well, there's something there, but I think when we say episode-based, we're talking about it's actually going to have a storyline.
Exactly.
Which is absolutely completely different that we've never seen in Minecraft before, apart
Now,
from sort of mods and things.
Yes, did you say there is storyline? That's very right. And of course, that brings us on, Fideos, to the name of this game.
Minecraft Story Mode. And indeed, as that title suggests, chaps and chapettes, it will be all about the story of Minecraft. But...
What?
Because when we think the story of Minecraft, what just came straight into your head, and my head and perhaps all of your heads out there? I'm sure you saw Blocky Green Grass and Steve.
Steve and Hero Brian and all the rest, old chap.
Well, Steve, yes, exactly. But apparently our friend Steve will not be included, however.
Really?
No.
No Steve?
Not going to be there.
Well, that's interesting. Now, just setting the story aside for a moment, do we have any information about the availability and, of course, the release date of this game?
Of course, yes, indeed. Now, availability. Well, apparently it's going to be available on the Xbox, the PS4, the PC, the Mac, iOS and Android devices, so the whole thing.
I see.
And they're going to be they're not looking at this years out there, they're looking at 2015.
Now, when you said, and I said Minecraft Story Mode there, I
Yes.
actually thought in my mind's eye there of pressing this button on the screen that says to change your game mode. So you've got Survival Mode, Creative Mode, Adventure Mode and Story Mode. Is that right, old chap?
Well, no it isn't. It's going to be a story, just like they have sort of in The Walking Dead, or a story where you start at chapter 1 and work through. Something's actually going on. Rather than you just going into the world and doing things in Minecraft, there's going to be a story that you'll have to follow, apparently.
So let me get this straight here. This is not actually part of Minecraft. This is not an expansion pack. This is a completely standalone game by itself.
Yes, that's an important point. This is not something that you're going to be adding on to Minecraft, chaps and chappers, if you think that. This is something that's actually going to be entirely different, developed by another company, originally.
Right.
With Mojang having a look in. And yes, completely separate from what we've got now.
So basically, it's another game entirely, but it's just bearing the Minecraft name, which makes it so exciting. Now apparently, the new game's story mode, or the story mode of Minecraft story mode, will be driven by the player's choices.
Oh, now that's an interesting point, because the player's choices, so it looks like you'll go into it and then be set with, you've got to, do you want to do this, do you want to do that, perhaps, whatever it might be.
Well,
and of course, the other thing to that is, will it be sort of third person or first person?
Well, that's an interesting point, certainly. You could go for either third or first person, but when I think of a player choice-driven story game, my mind is cast back to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, which of course was an RPG game,
yes.
but the decisions you made in the game made you either the light or the dark side, so you could be good or bad. Now, would it be similar here? Can you make a good or bad decisions and then thereby become a good player or a bad player, and perhaps Herobrine? I don't know.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there. Could it be that your choices affect how well the story turns out? A bit like, I suppose, Dishonored. Now, something you said earlier, old chap, which I thought was quite right. Telltale Games usually make dark or violent games, like, I don't know, The Walking Dead and the Game of Thrones, etc. These aren't exactly child-friendly and happy-go-lucky sort of games. But with the appearance of the bright and blue, smiling, shining Minecraft-backed logo on their page, it does indeed just seem to clash a bit with their history. So what have they had to say about that, old chap?
Most certainly, that's a very interesting point. Yes, indeed. They make violent games, but apparently, despite that, the tone will be similar to Minecraft, with not being dark or violent.
Oh.
As is the case with the other games we just spoke about. So, this would be perhaps quite a challenge for them. So they've got to try and implement this in before, and they all, before, up to now, they've just made sort of violent games.
Yes.
So it's be quite a challenge, no doubt. But they say, no, it won't be violent like that, which I think is probably just as well, because although we've got certain, we can kill creepers and things like that and Steve can get knocked out, we haven't seen much violence in Minecraft apart from with mods and things like that.
Now, just a bit of background for those on Telltale Games. You may be saying, well, who the blazes are Telltale?
Yes.
Well, Telltale Games were founded in 2004 by a group of ex-Lucasfilm employees who may perhaps have been disgruntled about the cancellation of their project Sam & Max Freelance Police. Now, they secured funding from angels and investors and then released an episode-based series entitled Sam & Max Season 1.
Yes, most certainly. So 2004, they've been around quite a while.
Yes.
Because in this sort of industry, that's a long time.
It is. Now,
10 years.
the Sam & Max episode-based series they released was so popular that apparently since then they've been successfully producing episode-based games since that date. One very popular example, of course, being The Walking Dead.
Most certainly, yes. I think they've proved their stuff that, in that respect, so they can certainly make episode-based games and they know what they're doing with that.
Yes, that's right, I think. Now, just one question I would have to ask. Do Telltale have anything to do with Microsoft?
Well, that's a very good point, and no doubt people will be thinking that, because of course, it's all very well saying we're going to make this game, we're going to put the word Minecraft on it, and Minecraft elements, etc., but of course Microsoft's sitting up the back there saying, excuse me, we actually own the game.
Exactly.
And thank you very much.
So what's going on there?
So that's very interesting, yes indeed, and no doubt they must have given some form of consent to it or whatever, we don't know.
You must have given the okay, that's right.
Yes, but Telltale Games, yes, what have they done? Well, yes, they have indeed been in contact with Microsoft before. They have made various deals in order for their games to be available on the Xbox platform, which up until the point when they made those deals, they weren't.
Oh, of course, that's right. So by default, they will have had to have spoken to Microsoft in the past about Xbox, the Xbox platform, of course. It's quite interesting.
Yes.
Now, I think having covered the presence of this new game and the exciting confirmation of it, and I'm sure, no doubt, many of you are already looking forward to it.
Yes. Very exciting news, very interesting news, and news whereby no doubt lots of fans will be rubbing their chin thinking, let's see what this comes of this sort of thing,
Well, indeed, but I dare say our ears will be most firmly affixed to the ground on this one, Fails, and any more news will bring it to you straight away, for this has been Game Show and Birdie reporting on the brand new Minecraft story mode.
Yes, what do you
Thank
think?
you very much for joining us, I say. I will look forward to seeing you once more the next exciting out and good as well.
Yes,
Until then...